Welcome to the first part in a new series where we'll be playing Farthest Frontier. This is an early access game which was released in August 2022. Before we get into setting up the settlement, I want a bit of an apology for the delay on starting this new series. I had originally planned on starting it almost immediately after the last series failed due to the release of the 7.5 update. But it's been a bit of a weekend because it's a bank holiday here in the UK, plus my next door neighbour has decided to have some quite major work done, so even I couldn't compete with the workmen next door with the drills and hammers and everything else. That all work's all done, so what we should be able to do now is be able to get some quality recording time in. So I'm just going to run through the game setup and talk about it. I'm going to stay on Trailblazer because I think this is the good medium. I know a couple of YouTubers have gone up to Vanquished, but I'm not particularly that interested in the combat side, seeing the fact that I've yet to actually have a raid. I'm more interested on building up the economic side, but I'll talk a bit more about that as we go through. I'm going to choose a town name, Kingsport, Dreadham, Tombstone. Yeah, that might be a good one for my gameplay. And we're going to play on a full-size map. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the terrain options, and we're actually going to be playing on Idyllic Valley. Now, I know some of you will say, oh, well, that's the new getting started easy map for new players. Well, I've been doing a little bit of test play over the last couple of days, mainly concentrating on start. And what I've found with these maps, bearing in mind that each map is generated from a seed, is that yes, these maps indicate the amount of resources you're going to get on the map. So like here, the Idyllic Valley, we get plenty of resources, but in the arid highlands here, you get less resources in the alpine valleys. So there is a degree of difficulty related to the map selection. And this is where the seed comes in. The seed can spawn you some pretty nasty maps, even in the Idyllic Valley. In fact, I spawned a map, and what actually appeared is I had a great big mountain near the center, and behind it I had 4 wolf dens, and then on the other side of the map I had another 2 wolf dens. To give you an idea, I thought I played out of curiosity, and I think I'd got down to about 3 settlers because of the constant wolf attacks. So this is one of the reasons why I'm going to play Idyllic Valley, because yes, we got plenty of resources, but that doesn't necessarily make the start easy. The other reason is that I really want to push through with the economy, because they've now fixed the barns and a couple of other mid to late games. And what I would like to do is build up a reasonably sized economy, just to get a feel for how all the different buildings work and how we can get the production chains set together. So that's why we're going to be playing Idyllic Valley, and I think that's it. And we're just going to kick off, and I'm just going to click start. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump over the starting video, because I've already shown it once. It's a really nice video, but I need to get this done relatively quickly. So here we are, the message for the town centre. We've finished scouting the surrounding area. Survey the land of your villagers, explore and choose a promising site to construct your town centre. So here we are. We're now going to need I think this might be a good example of how you can get random sports. We've got a lake there. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that although this is our starting area, but this is not the edge of the map. There's a lot more territory out each side to expand into. We've got some rock there. I'm just going to see whether we've got any mega rots. We've got a whole mountain range up here. Let's have a look behind. So it looks like I'm not seeing. What I'm looking for first is to see whether we got a mega rock. There's no. I've got a feeling there's one on the map, but there's no guarantee it will be in the starting area. Well, that's my theory anyway. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. So we've got 2 mountains here. Now, one thing I have learned is that mountains may appear to be good defensive positions. They're not, because even anyone seems to be able to walk over the top of a mountain. But we've got, I'm just going to press F4. We've got a lot of iron ore up here. Wow, we've got tons of iron ore up here. That's no good. What have we got up here? Well, we've got so much iron ore, we could probably export some there. The trouble is, whether we got any coal. So we got a lake there, which is going to squeeze in a little bit from that side. Got clay. Got berries. Okay, it's just, we got a lake here, but we got a shoal of fish here. We got a blueberry bush. So we only got one relatively small lake going up that way. Now another thing with respect to starting on the idyllic map is you can see you get lots and lots of fertility. Don't feel that you've got to avoid the fertility when you're placing your starter town center. Part of me feels like we could come into here. We got the fishing up here. We got some deer there, some more deer there. I'm kind of starting to think like if we had a lake down here, it'd be quite nice, but I'm kind of thinking maybe in this area here, we got some stone, we got an area here where we could build our town center. This is what one thing I think you do need to think a bit more about now is how you are actually going to plan your overall town, because we've got a mountain there, so we're going to be going this way. We've got plenty of fertility there. I think I'm going to probably put the town center just about here. We're just going to rotate it though. It's facing down, and I'm just going to confirm yes. Now, there's a good chance we'll lose the lake, but that's not a problem. Yeah, we've kind of lost the lake. We just got the edge of the lake up there. Right, so the first thing we need to do is I'm going to take off the berries because I don't want, actually, I think for the moment we're just going to start with the, and I just want to harvest out this area here, but I want to make sure that we got some stone mixed in as well. So I don't want to go out that far. We got a deer sighted there. Okay. Now I'm going to keep the game on pause because I want to do some planning with respect to my town. I'm just going to turn off. But actually, I never checked the water. Okay, we're good for water. And of course, there's the position. And we just. Now we got deer. Got two lots of deer here. Are there? Now, so what I want to do is just put in some food production here. We're going to put hunters cabin there, and a fishing shack. I think we got some water just about there. And what I am going to do with the fishing there, I'm going to turn off the construction here because I don't. What I want is the ability to get everything built up, and I want to control the way things are actually being built. And the next thing I want is a pretty good, we got quite a nice little chunk of, I think we're going to push the forager. I quite like the idea that we can have a forager there, but I don't want to put the shack there because what we're going to have is the houses coming this way. So I think if we put the forager's shack out about here, like that, and I think that's about all we can build, isn't it? Amenities and services. Housing, storage, resources. Now, we need a firewood splitter. Now, firewood splitters come in here. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to just put a very short bit of road across the top. No. I want to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a short bit of road there. Across the top there. That's all the road I want to build at the moment. And that's just simply to act as a marker for and what I'm going to do is put the firewood splitter between the town center. I'm just going to let the game run forward. Now I'm not going to play at super high speed. We got a firewood splitter. We've got, check the collection. Yep. And we're going to get out here. And what I want to do is just build the forager and the hunter, because we got some deer here which we can get out and hunt. So that will give us a supply of food. And then we get the town center build, and then we're going to plan our town out here. One thing I have found is that if you put in loads of roads, they get distracted building the roads, and what you need to do is get in your infrastructure quite quickly. Got 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to put a short length of road in there as well. These are just to lay out a plan round the town centre here. So we're just going to let the guys run. And actually, I'm just going to speed up a little bit just for this initial phase. Well, right, we've now finished the hut. Okay, back to speed 2. So we need to build the forager's hut and all that. Now, across the front here, I'm actually going to build a dirt road across the front. We got a road in there. What I want to do now is plant some houses. We can put some housing in, and we need 6 houses. Now, I've been kind of playing around with the housing plan, and what I've realized is that houses don't need a road access, so this arrow is a bit misleading. So what I'm going to do is put one there. I want a space, so we got a house there, and so that covers that area there. And I think we're gonna, and I'm gonna just put one space in between, like that, and then we're gonna put a house there. So the first 6 houses will just fit in like that there, and then we're on the dirt road up past that road there. Firewood is low. Just gonna need some firewood. I think here comes the guy carrying. I think carriers now have wagons. Because one of the problems is that they carry the wood back to here, and then they drop it off here, and then someone else then carries it all the way out to here. We're okay for food at the moment. We've got a forager's hut here. Just want to make sure we've got the maximum. I think let's leave the forager there for the moment. Right, I'm just going to pause the game now because I think we've got food production. We need to get some storage in, and actually resources, isn't it? We need a well, and what I'm going to do is just put a well on this corner here. Actually, no, I think we're a little bit of a blue zone here. It's going to be at 67%. This is 57%. I'm going to put a well out there, and I'm going to prioritize that as well. Got the hunter, and got the firewood splitter, food production. Of course, the next thing we want is the stockyard, and what I want to do is put the stockyard just up here because it means it's going to be close to where the firewood splitter is. We'll put it just there, because one of the things I have noticed is that you get them all running around a lot. So if you've got, say, a firewood splitter who wants logs, you want them as close to wherever they got. Plus the fact is they can store stuff in there as well. The other thing also is you need to start thinking about a smokehouse. This is the reason why because I'm going to put the smokehouse next to the firewood cutter. You can always move these later on. Okay, so we've got desirability. Got fishing shack storage. And what we need now is a storehouse and a root cellar. I'm going to do now is just going to unclick you and get you built. We can get some fishing underway. Actually, new. Oh, that's even better. I think we'll just cover that area there. To see where the he's covering both sets of deer. That's good. We've got blueberry bushes out here, which eventually we will move down to a little farm. Predators sighted. Oh, he wandered into our little territory here. Nope, there's another house done. That gives us our 12. We're definitely moving those rocks. Yeah, add you as well. Actually, we'll just expand this area a little bit as well. I think the wagon is blocking our... Okay. We need to move the wagon off of, just move it back a little bit. But there. If the wagon's in the way, they won't build the roads. Right. So, got a well there. I'm just going to put another house right next to the well here. And another one just there. And the idea is going to be is that the market's going to be out here so that we get a high desirability. So our residential area is going to go this way, and we'll be able to get a defensive structure put in quite nicely. So we need to get the well built. We need to prioritize removing that rock there. New villager born. We need that well. You can see we've got water shortage now. Right. We're not going to get a fantastic amount of fish at the moment, but that will get us going. No, we need to get... Wagon's being a little bit annoying. Okay. Get you out there, completely out of the way. Oh. We've now got a stockyard here, which means we can now start to store goods in there. Got a well, which should hopefully get things done. We got space for people now, and we've got food starting to roll in, which is good. Now storage. I want a root cellar, and what I want to do is put a root cellar just on this corner so that these guys can pick up that one, and I'm also going to put another one. We've got these guys here, and what I want to do is shorten the distance these have to walk to drop off meat. We're gonna on the road. Okay, accept them. what that would do is give us a road out to here. We got 21 out of 28. Storing all items. Now we got this storage here. Now I could put it here, but it's going to help generate more gold. Right, so we've now got access to the market. Oops. So this is where I want to do a bit of planning. Oh, we also need a graveyard, but where can I put a graveyard? I want it somewhere where it'd be close to where people are, but at the same time I don't want it right. If we got a road coming out here, I put the graveyard, say if I put the graveyard about here. Impending blizzard. Okay, that's a new one. I think I've probably made that a little bit bigger than it should be, but let me just make sure we're harvesting. Harvest out there. I want to keep harvesting this way, although it's mainly logs. Some stone there. We'll just get them to harvest that there. Wow. It's a bit bleak. Very, very bleak. It's the first time I've ever had a blizzard. It's pretty impressive, actually. I think on this one, let me just press F4. Go down to 3, you're down to 5. I think we're going to move the hunter over this way a little bit, so that the deer here can replenish a little bit. And we're just going to let the game catch up. Anyway, let's just have a look at the immediate right, housing, storage. I was still debating about the storehouse, isn't it? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a storehouse on this side. Actually, just turn it around like that. And we'll put a storehouse just about there, so when we can expand that way, and we'll just push the road out. Right out a little bit that way. Now we're down to 4 months worth of food. It's a little bit bleak. We haven't got a root cellar yet. That's part of the problem. We got a root cellar here. We got 118 meat in here, and at the moment we're kind of struggling. How are we doing for people? We got plenty of carriers and other people. We just need to catch up a little bit. Build menu, resources. Right, we're gonna need a saw pit and a firewood splitter. And again, because we're right up next to here, this is where I want to put the. Actually, we'll probably put this. So I want to leave about a 3x3. So I put the saw pit there, because what we need to upgrade this is we need planks. Food stocks are low. Ooh. And pick the fertility. We got fertility out this way, so this is where I'm thinking build time. Also interesting that the greens changed because of the winter. We got the root cellar here, and I think just to speed up the process a little bit, just put you up at the Just like that. So we're now kind of getting our town come together. And right, we're now going to look at the fertility. For some strange reason, the fertility seems to be on top of a hill. And we've got a mountain there. I'm kind of a bit inclined to put my first fields here. So if we imagine that we've got a road coming out, say up about here, from about there. So what we're talking about is our first field coming, starting about here. I think if we make them wide, I could probably put another field just behind here again, because we've got this great big rock here. Just put that to remove this target. Got a clay pit here with 3,000 odd in it. What we got over here? I think I would like another predator sighted. Okay. Right. That means that there's a possibility that we'll have a wolf den out this way. So what I'm going to do is put a fence across like that. And then we can, I know it's going to diminish the field here, but it'll be okay. I need, right, so we've got 7 months of food, which I'm quite happy with. We've now got a saw pit here with 2 people in it. And we need to start thinking about how we're going to upgrade this. Got to build a market. Amenities and services. And this is what I was talking about, guys. If you see the circle, I think it's going to come this way. And you don't have to have the circle completely inside. And I'm just going to drop a market in about there. And then we're going to put a single road in there. We'll get the market going there. I think I still want to harvest all these trees out. We're clearing this area out. Getting quite a lot of stuff in the stockyard. Root cellar. So this is our primary root cellar. This could be the drop-off point. We've got 1 hunter. We've got, how's the population? We're probably going to need to think a little bit more about houses. I think we'll just let them clear out this area here. I think what I'm looking for is where is our forager? Our forager is there. He's working in this area. We've got quite a lot of stuff out here, hawthorn and stuff. So my instinct is to get another forager's camp out here as well. I think we can get another house on this edge here. And we're just pushing back a little bit. That's the hunter's cap. What am I doing? Housing, please. That's better. If we put a house there, but if we drop it in a little bit, because the circle's starting to shorten, so we drop that Actually, just in there. So this little bit of a dead patch here. Let me just delete that, and then I'll just see if I can redo the road. It's a bit better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the wagon messed things up a little bit here. We got 8 months of food supplies. We got nobody's died yet actually, and I put this nice big cemetery in. One thing about cemeteries is because they got the stone walls, they can actually act as a little bit of a defense as well. We got that there. We got that running in. Just get back to. Oh, we need a compost yard, but we're not generating any cash yet. We got a cobbler's shop, a tannery, a saw pit, iron splitter. Do we have any willow yet? No, so we need to find some willow. Oops, that was just expanded. 182 water. Got a little bit of tallow. We need willow. Got willow bush here. Okay, so we got this guy here. What I want to do is move you. You cover that willow bush just there. Quite nice if you could get that actually like that. What that means is what we'll be able to do straight away is get a basket shop in. Now I could put the basket shop, and what I want is the basket shop just on this corner. Actually, we could put it in this corner, which I kind of left open. Just put the basket shop there. Now we do have some hides. Just look at how many hides we got. We got 11 hides. So, Fletcher's. Oh, we need a Fletcher. We'll put the Fletcher just there. Because if we got hunters, we need bows, arrows. Right, we're starting to get a little bit of spoilage. We got a basket. So what I want is my little industrial area here. The residential there, or the crop gathering spreading out this way. We need the Fletcher basket shop. Cobblers need hides. Tannery needs hides and water. Turns them into coats, which helps the villagers work outside. Now, I think the tannery is pretty obnoxious, isn't it? Yeah. So we're gonna have to quite literally shove the tannery right out here, but I think for the moment, I'm quite happy to give my. I don't think this has a negative effect. So what we'll do is I'm just going to put the cobbler's shop just opposite, and we got the storehouse there. I'm not sure where we got 8 gold ingots from. Oh, we're now producing some gold, right? Now we come to the obnoxious stuff. We need to keep everyone happy, so we're creating 8 gold. And what we're going to do is kind of shove this out. What's the fertility like? Fertility is good. My instinct is to shove the compost heat up here, but it's not exactly flat. Looks like we're gonna. I mean, I could level some terrain here, but we got the fertility. I'd like to put it there, but it's a little bit too close to. Oh, we can put it there next to the field because the fertility isn't particularly that high there. But if I just shove our compost guy there, and I think we'll push the road out like that, and we can bring a road in like that. Fertility, We got 33 out of 36, so our housing population is growing quite strongly. And I think we're going to drop a couple more houses in. I'm going to put one right next to the... Put one in right next to the... Got another one there. One there. Let those trees get hacked down. Build across the back here. I'm just going to extend the... Oops. Bit of fence there. And I think we're going to... No. I think I'm going to put a second. What we're going to have is two fields going on here. We've got a field there. And we'll just drop a... We've got a basket shop there now. We've got a storehouse. We're accumulating a little bit of gold. And go back to amenities. So our next real task is to upgrade the village centre. So we've got a population there. We've got 8 shelters that have now... 8 shelters. Our market, we got a shelter. So we can now work on this area here. Not totally happy with this house here. Move you in a little bit. No, it's a small move, but I think it's going to interfere with the road coming out this way. Actually, winter's quite a good time to actually plan our little town, doesn't it? So we got plenty of space. So how are we doing for resources? Right, we got tallow, but I don't think we can do anything with tallow just yet. Smokehouse, we got that there. We got a forager shack. We got hunter's cabin. It's giving us tallow. We got a basket shop. We got Fletcher's building. Got the tannery, which is pretty obnoxious. But I suppose we could want to just slip the talent. I think we're just going to leave enough space there, and we'll put the tannery out next to the root cellar. Got 4 months of food. We come through another winter, which is good. We haven't lost any yearly taxes collected. We got 11. We just need to let the game catch up a little bit now. Oops, it's a birch tree. What have I got? So the stockyard's got plenty of wood in it, materials, and I think I'll leave a space here for another smokehouse should I need it. What was that? Quick overlook. So we got plenty of wood. We got some willow to make things, smoked fish. Okay. Right, the tannery's got a problem, so we need water. Plus, there's also the issue with fire. So there's like a little bit more green here. This is 69%. This is 65%. This is 67. So I think we're going to drop a well just in there, because we do need to have fire protection as well. The other thing I'm going to do now is, I'm aware that I'm running out of time, so we're going to start looking for Got medicinal roots out here, which would be quite good. We're going to start looking for the bilberries. There we are. Blueberry bush. Now, I do know that there's a mod that you can use to be able to collect these. Kind of like the idea that my agricultural area is up here, so I think let's start moving the I mean, we'll probably lose some crops because it's still freaking with dysentery. We're just going to create our area. As I was saying, I'm aware that there is a mod that allows you to move the other plants, but at the moment I'm just going to stay within the general rules of the game, just to ensure. Patch of herbs, bilberry bush. I think we're just going to leave some of the other ones just for the moment. We don't want to give our workers too much to do. Of course, we're also going to need to explore. What's up with you? Oh, we've got somebody who's sick, but of course there's not much we can do about sickness at the moment because, well, we don't have a healer. We got plenty of residents. We got gold coming in. I think got an issue with water again. Got the well there. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do a little bit more town planning. I think if you press, let me just pause. I don't want that road there. That's it. Right, we're just going to redo that road properly. I want to check the radius again of the... We could get a house there. So what we're talking is a road coming down from about here. There. And that means we can build a square going out this way. Be our town centre. What I'm thinking is rather than have a big major town centre, is having a series of these, but of course it comes down to, but this can be defendable. We are getting a bit of stone as well. So we can think about an upgrade. I think we're going to upgrade this section because this is the area where people are walking through most. What we'll do is we'll straight roads. Redo that road there. Is cure. Villager cured. Right. What we're going to do is we're just going to finish this off. At this moment we got horrible weed level, rockiness, fertility. We're at the moment we're halfway through, so that's wasted. I think we're just going to go that way, and then this one we'll start with something like that. I'm kind of inclined to go for weed suppression 0 for beans, weed suppression 2 out of 10, heat tolerance not beans, rockiness, resilience 10 out of 10, crop yield 6 out of 10. I think we'll put some beans in there. We won't be able to get anything else there. I think on this one we're going to put some of this in as well. So I'm going to start fairly conservative. I'd like to get to flax relatively quickly. Frost tolerance, but it's not heat tolerant. I'm not sure. Can't get that. Actually, let me just remove these. Clear selected groups. What we'll do is start with a season of peas. Then we'll go that way. And then we'll go that way. So we'll get a little bit of harvest with an early crop. And then we can fix things that way round. So that is looking good. We kind of feel that I need a road out this way. Is there, can I get a road through there? No. Move. Aha, really made a mistake there. I want to leave enough space for fence and hedge, or fence and a gate. And I think we're just going to put that in. We've got a gate there, gate there. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we'll just keep building up our little community here. Try and get things going. Keep the economy building up. I think we've made a pretty good start. We've got 8 months of food, which I'm reasonably happy with. Although we probably need a bit more. So what I'll do off camera is I'll check all the circles to make sure that we're getting the best possible harvest. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.